Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go at MOAB. Just a glimpse of some of the bolt action tables up there on the stage, and then looking out over the main hall, mostly 40k players, the far end, the demonstration games, all the sellers lining the sides, and then back to the bolt action tables again, and some milling around bolt action players. Here we have a look at some of the demo games. This one, I believe it was Blood and Plunder. Fantastic looking game. This one definitely takes the prize for the nicest looking game. Look at that game mat. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery, and the beach there, obviously lovingly made. I didn't get a chance to play it, but it looks fantastic. And alright, next thing here, these guys were Slave to Gaming, and I've had a look at their web store. I think I've actually bought a thing or two from there. I'll just put a link up in a minute, but there's some fantastically painted miniatures there. Zooming past probably a bit fast, apologies for that, but my gosh, some really nice miniatures there. Look at these guys, kobolds. Love to spoon over a few kobolds in my D&D games. And I love that guy too, with that big tall guy, like a anvil metalworking guy. This really caught my eye. It's the MAC 15mm, MA.K 15mm House Rules Group, and what it is big stompy robots. In fact, little stompy robots in 15mm. Apparently, these guys have got the kind of community created rules. Had a good chat with the guy, and yeah, very interesting. And there's some 6mm stuff, and my thumb is right next to them. It's not like a Lord of the Rings thing where my thumb's next to the camera. That's the size they are, beautifully painted, and yeah, caught my eye as well. I don't play any 6mm, but yeah, never know what'll happen in the future. Now this is the painting competition at Utherworks Games Stall. It's on every year. I don't quite know how you go about entering it, but my goodness, the work that's gone into those were just amazing. And one thing this year, thanks guys, no glass in the cabinet, so you could actually get some decent photos. So yeah, well done for that. That really was a big improvement to us podcasters and YouTubers, so we can actually get some photos. This again is another thing that caught my eye. Fjord Serpents, fjordserpents.com, and look at those boats, those long boats. Vikings, fantastic. And there was a guy there who was suitably tattooed, suitably hairstyled, playing the game. Yeah, I really enjoyed looking at it, and you know, something we can possibly look at in the future. Might be a good interview for the podcast. Certainly interesting. Right, moving on to bolt action now. These are the bolt action winning prizes for 2024. Bring up the pit. And then moving on to the bolt action tables, I just want to give you a fly through of some of the tables. This one I played on, and details about that perhaps in a future video. This one I love. I can't recall the name of the manufacturer of these, but it's a MDF printed, pre-printed product where you just there's no painting involved. You just print it up. They're looking really nice. Moving on, so kind of a bit of an all sorts table, a little bit of rural, a little bit of buildings, mostly wreckage, and big forest there to trudge through. I like the look of that. Moving on, this is, I guess, it's definitely a Stalingrad table. You can see the fountain there, but I particularly love the the trains here, all 3D printed train, and I actually got to play on this table as my first table, so that was really great. So a port table with a U-boat there, and some big industrial buildings. Looks interesting. I didn't play on that. And then another table there, a little cityscape. Lovely gaming mats. No matter what I seem to do, I keep buying gaming mats, but I'm never really satisfied with what I've got. Some of the ones there were great. This is a table from last year, actually. It's a winter table, particularly good for winter Soviets. Love that Sherman, dead Sherman in the middle. Let's call it a roundabout. And those snow-covered fields. It's another city table with bombed out outskirts. Love those craters right in the middle, so you can't run down the road, depending on how you and your opponent want to play that. And I like those roads too. They're similar to mine, actually. Now this is the most heavily built up table of the whole tournament, I think. I didn't get to play on it, but I sort of did a fly through here, hopefully trying to confuse you with all the nooks and crannies and roads and switchbacks and all of that. So yep, brutal in terms of fighting for a 2.5 hour game. I'd love to play this for an all day 6 or 7 hour game with some mates, a couple of beers, sausage sizzle at lunchtime, and fighting street to street, house to house. And so this is the V1 table. Love that gaming mat. I've been trying for a year. I ordered that gaming mat a year after seeing that the 2023 MOAB. The guy's just gone completely quiet on me, which is really annoying. But I love the autumn colours of that on the mat as well. More cityscape. Just can't get enough of that. Look at that church. Amazing. Really beautiful. And just some stills with a bit of Ken Burns effect. Love that Sherman Pacific table. Different perspective on that train. There's a Italy table. And another view of that pre-printed MDF, a couple of views there. Yeah, it's very nice stuff. And then it was on. So Bolt Action 2024, last Bolt Action for version 2, for me at least. So I haven't really given a complete battle report of each of these. I just thought I'd give you some images of some of the battles that I fought. I came out with 2 wins and 3 losses. All those games were pretty close. Fantastic event and great games. Thank you to Ian and Adrian, who were the TOs, and they did a great job. Always good to have 2 TOs for the price of 1. My son and I having victory pizzas overnight. We stayed in accommodation nearby, and then last couple of games. Armies on parade, beginning of day 2. This is an army that I think won best army you'd most like to own award last year. Fantastic trucks. A half painted army, but still coming to the event. Good on you. Glad to see you playing. Love that display board. And here's that is infantry only. Here's the amazing prize table. We did put in a little bit each for prize support, but my gosh, what a great table. Everybody got a prize. There were some prizes that were doubled up, and yeah, very, very happy about the prize giving, that's for sure. Here are the placings straight out of the scoring app. So you can go through and pause these if you like. See how your buddies and those people that you know did in terms of placing and scoring and all of that. All in all, the scoring app worked very well, certainly from my perspective as a player. And the tournament, of course, went super smooth, thanks to our two great TOs for that. Here are some pictures of the guys receiving their awards and trophies, and then it was onto the prize table, and as I said, everybody got a prize, and then it was just end of the day, catch up, say see you later, and we will see you next year for MOAB 2025. If not, one of the many smaller tournaments that will be in between. By the way, this is my tries. Very, very happy with that, and yeah, something that I was particularly wanting to buy. So now I don't have to. All I need to do is put it together and start playing. Thanks, guys. That's it for now, and I'll talk to you soon.